Hey guys, welcome to Conscious Time. Mark Devo here, and welcome to this video on what you resist persists. We could also say, and I'm just looking down on my computer, I'm not doing a screen recording. I've made a couple of notes, so I just want to talk loosely around this principle. So you could also say what you resist, you strengthen, or what you attack, you strengthen. Okay, I've also got a squeaky chair, so if you can hear that, that's my squeaky chair. Okay, so yeah, what you resist persists. So if I follow on from some of my videos on anxiety, we could use anxiety as an example. So what you resist persists. If you are resisting anxiety, you're going to create more anxiety. All right, so you're giving more strength to it, and you're allowing it to absorb your energy. So by resisting it, you are creating more of it. It's taking more of your focus and your energy. So that's why you've probably heard the saying, where your focus goes, your energy flows. So we need to start stepping back and changing our focus and changing our energy. This is easier said than done, especially if you are in a panic attack or a heightened form of anxiety. So that's where I would suggest, I've always advocated or recommended meditation, which would teach you to step back, observe, and become aware, because that's going to allow you just to, again, step back and allow that to transmute or to dissipate, and not resisting that. Because a lot of the time when you are anxious, you're creating more anxiety and resistance through that, because you don't want to be anxious and you're resisting that process. So you actually need to step back and allow that process to again, to dissipate. Okay, so through your resistance, you're giving it more power, as I've mentioned. And when we realize the power we actually have as beings, we realize how much we are creating in life. Okay, so that's why we need to shift our attention from what we don't want to what we do want. So again, where your focus goes, your energy flows. Okay, and resistance is ultimately fear-based. So, and fear is an illusion, false evidence appearing real. If that's how the acronym goes, yeah. So you're actually giving rise to and power to illusions, and in order to combat illusions, we don't combat illusions. So we transmute them. We see that illusion for what it is. So we merely are changing our focus. Okay, we are not resisting. So I hope that's making a little bit of sense there. And then resistance, because it is of a negative nature, and this is not a good or bad thing, but a negative nature is of a lower frequency. It normally takes you a little bit longer to change things in your life that you want to change. So negative thoughts end up perpetuating more negative thoughts, or a lot of the time that they end up taking another or more negative pathway or road until something has to give. And we've all experienced that in our lives. Where things just get more and more overwhelming, and it just perpetuates itself until you have a nervous breakdown or something gives. So we need to try and catch ourselves before that through awareness, and shifting our focus before it gets to that through non-resistance. Okay, so again, to repeat, what you resist persists. Okay, and then just a couple more points here before I end off. And then, it takes, so on using that negative nature, you can use that in any sphere of life, whether it's working with your boss, employee, even with your partner. Everyone, we all have our ups and downs with our partners. We all have our ups and downs, whether you work with a boss, a colleague, or other people. If you're resisting that, you are technically attacking that, and it's accompanied by negative thoughts. Because you're resisting, you probably are not conscious of the negative thoughts that are looping through your mind about that particular person. And so that is actually creating a negative outcome as well. All right, so that's where your focus goes, your energy flows. Do not resist that. move your focus on something that you want. See a better outcome. Don't resist that. A lot of the time when you resist that in a partner or a person, it solidifies that principle or that action in that person, because every person is ultimately self-governing. So when you resist or attack that person, it actually solidifies that more, as opposed to allowing that person to see for themselves. So I hope that just makes sense. I'm not just jumping around too much there. And again, it's only through experience. So I can honestly say I've experienced this through my long-term marriage, through my work, how I've changed my thought processes and my energy and creating those thoughts that I ultimately want to happen in my life, and how life has then flowed from that, as opposed to continuously resisting. So just to end this off, action-based non-resistance, if you can say that. So you might just say, what? So you just don't resist anything, you just lie down like a doormat. No, you act in the present moment, so you haven't calculated anything through negativity or resistance. Whatever you need to do or change, you just do it in the present moment. Then it's going to be natural, it's going to be more effective, more powerful. In this day and age that we are now, with everything that's going in the world, you could really apply this principle to what is going on, because it's going to take a heightened form or a lot of awareness to realize maybe certain things you don't want in your life, but be aware of what you are resisting. Because when you resist that, again, you will possibly be creating more of that situation. And I think that goes for everyone as a whole. Rather focus your attention on how you would like life to be for you, your family, for everyone else. Focus your attention, act accordingly in that way, and that is how life will start unfolding for you. It brings me to that quote, or I think it's from the Bible: you live by the sword, you die by the sword. So if that makes sense, if you're attacking, you will be attacked. If you live by the sword, you will die by the sword. You could say the gun. If you live by the gun, I don't want to be negative, but you die by the gun. So you're not transmuting. You are not allowing that. You're not creating what you want. You are combating that, creating more of that. So anyway, I hope that makes a little bit of sense. I hope that makes a little bit of sense. And let me know what you think. Apply this. At the end of the day, apply this. Experience this, because that is the best way to see how this principle really works. Keen to know your thoughts and views and comments, so let me know, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, guys.